I need to go through this stack and get rid of stuff and put stuff away. And so you guys are gonna do that with me. I'm just gonna have y'all go through the stack with me. I have this sheet that is from today. It was my older daughter's work from today in history, and I'm going to punch holes in this and put it in her notebook. Usually I have them do this, but since we got kind of a late start today and I had other things that I wanted to do down here, I was like, y'all can just go. And I knew that I was going to be going through all of this anyway, so here I am. So my sister-in-law she used to be a kindergarten teacher, and she sells a lot of things on Teachers Pay Teachers also, but there were some things that she gave me for the kindergarten stuff this year, and I'm really excited about a lot of that, but some of it he's really too far advanced for because we started already in January, and he's come pretty far since then in math and reading, especially. Writing, however, he needs to be practicing writing every day. He has not been doing that near as often as we should. And so I printed this off, and it is laminated so that he can practice with a dry erase marker. And it has numbers on one side and letters on the other. And it's themed to Chicka Chicka Boom Booms, the book. I really love that themed sheet from her, so that was really good. This is some zoology stuff that I need to put in their folders. So I'm basically just gonna make a stack of the stuff that I'm gonna put in their folders and then figure that out. And then here's some more things that I got from my sister-in-law for my son to do for school. And all of that stuff I'm just gonna kind of keep in a stack separately. Ideally, I would love to have plenty of notebooks. I need to go and get some binders and just try to organize all of that. But this is type B homeschool, okay? I don't have everything in perfect binders and organized everywhere. I have stacks of things. That's what I do. So I have a few little things, like we did an Olympics unit and they learned how to draw movement from Art for Kids Hub YouTube channel, and they love that. And I haven't hung these up. I showed you guys my little thing where I hang up all of their art and stuff, and I haven't hung everything up yet. But I also have some things that I need to get rid of, but this is something we're gonna keep. And then this is going in a notebook. This is just like a little card my daughter made, so I'm gonna have her take that and put that somewhere else. And then all of the actual work I'm gonna put in their binders. They all have binders, and it really doesn't work when they don't put their name on it, and I don't know whose it is. Okay, so I have some things to throw away and some things to put in their binders. If you watched my other video, you know that each of my kids have a basket with all of their own stuff in it that we keep in the bottom of this bookcase. And this one is my son's basket, and he has an orange binder, and this is where we keep all of their stuff. So my mother-in-law, who does science and Bible with them, she does not want them to throw away any of their Bible stuff. The way that she does her curriculum, because it's actually stuff that she wrote for a school and she's modifying it for homeschool. But she wants them to have a specific binder that is just for Bible, which we don't have yet, but we at least have a tab where we're keeping our Bible stuff, and eventually we will move that to its own binder, and they will keep that for quite a while because they're gonna be able to go back and look at things that they're gonna need in the future. And I'm gonna keep all of his, let me just kind of lower this down. So I'm gonna keep all of his handwriting stuff that he has up here in the front, and some other practice sheets. I'm not gonna keep his old math sheets that he's done. And then last year, because he was not really technically in school, and then I kind of started him on stuff in January, I would print off color sheets that kind of went with the stuff the girls were doing, and he would do those. I'm not going to keep any of that. Here's all his Bible things. I'm going to keep the Bible stuff. I'm going to keep his science things because we are still working with birds. We kind of suspended birds halfway when we finished, and we're gonna keep doing birds for a little while. So I'm gonna keep the science. And then history was the same, just kind of a bunch of color sheets and things. And so I'm gonna take all of that out to get rid of that. And then I have a lot of all about reading things that we don't need to keep in his folder, but I still may keep in our all about reading basket. But after that, now we have a much thinner notebook, and then I will go ahead and add his things that we've done this week and move on to the next notebook. I'm gonna start with my middle daughter's basket. She has her notebook here, but she also has some books that we're not going to be using every day, so I'm going to take those out. These are level 2, but she's in level 3 now. I still want to keep them for my son when he's ready for them, and then there might be some things in here that I will have her do just for practice. So I'm going to keep them, but I'm not going to keep them in her basket. And then she has just some random stuff in her basket that needs to come out. And I'm gonna take that out, and then I need to go through her notebook. So I'm gonna put her basket back and just kind of figure out what we're gonna do here. So I have some math sheets that are like reference sheets from The Good and the Beautiful that are pretty helpful. And then I'm gonna keep her writing practice sheets, and then she has some poems that she may want to keep, and then the rest of it I will go ahead and take out that is under like language arts stuff. And then she actually has one I need to put in here from this week, so I keep a hole puncher over here so I can do that at any given time. And I'm gonna put that in there. And then she doesn't need anything from art. We're gonna keep her Bible stuff, and we're gonna keep her science stuff. And then we're gonna take out the history items. Right, and then I'm gonna put, this is my other kid. Okay. I'm gonna put her other science things from this week, or not from this week, from just not putting it in here, in here, so that we'll have that ready for our next Zoom class. Decided to have my oldest to come and help me with cleaning out her basket because she has a whole bunch of stuff. She has a whole bunch of stuff in here she doesn't need. Okay, so I already took out her old math book, and then she has her student planner that I made for her. She has a laminated cursive practice sheet. She needs
a bunch of loose paper.
She needs to go through all of this and figure out what needs to go in her notebook rather than just thrown in her basket. And she has some spiral stuff. She has an old language arts book that we need to just put out, but we'll save for the other 2 kids. She has a recorder lessons book, which we might use some, but I'm not gonna have her keep in her basket anymore because we've kind of switched to the piano. And some more little notebooks that she uses just to write her things in. And then she has pencils and glue and scissors down in the bottom. So all of these things are gonna go back in her basket, but we need to kind of organize everything else. So her flashcards have gotten kind of crazy. So I'm gonna have her fix that. Just set those down. There you go. Here's another notebook. Yeah, like 4 notebooks in here.
Half of them are for school. They're just for some reason in there. I don't know
what's
why.
all this?
Not belonging. I'll be right back.
Okay, so a little bit of random papers in here. That's okay. So she does have a separate notebook just for Bible. Right, this is all Bible, right?
Yeah.
So her Bible folder is gonna stay just like it is. And then she has another binder for everything else, and we need to just kind of go through that and figure out what we're gonna keep and what we're not gonna keep. So do you want to keep your eclipse drawing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So she loves art, so I feel like she may want to keep her art stuff. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Even though I got rid of the stuff that was in the other 2 kids' folders, but I think that art is her favorite, so.
Yeah.
We are still gonna keep science for all the same reasons. And then we don't need the stuff that's in her history section. What's all of that?
These are the loose papers.
But
I just said
if it's, go ahead and go through it, and whatever's old and needs to be thrown away, put in another stack, right? Or put with that. Okay, and then do you want to keep any of your poems?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I might need this.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna take out
This stuff is from this.
some of the language art stuff that we don't need. We don't need this either. Okay, so now what we need to do is pick up the stuff that she did today and that we had left from science that needs to be put away.
This stuff is like stuff I need. Like
Okay.
stuff from this year and my body language arts thing. Cause anytime I need a reminder, this.
Oh, for writing, you want to keep that?
Yes.
Did we finish that packet?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I did it. Yeah. See, last week. Done.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and put that back in the language arts section.
I don't know what this stuff is there. There's, oh no, this is.
And where does that go?
This is history,
So
basically.
is this.
And this is art stuff. This
Well,
well, these are all kind of history-ish, Olympic stuff.
okay, we'll put these 2 in art and this one in history.
So I
Go ahead and, yep, go ahead and punch holes in it for me.
make sure they're all right. Okay.
Okay. We did a whole week on
yeah.
the Olympics. That was our first week of school.
Can I go
Because you didn't put it in right. Now, I don't know if we'll be able to do it.
There we go. Sort
Yeah,
of.
it's,
As good as it's gonna get.
it's a little bit.
It's fine. We got 2 holes. That's good enough. Doesn't need the third one.
Okay, and then we'll do this one is history. And we'll put it behind this because. Okay, so her 2 binders go in here, and then we'll put all of these little books that she had back in here,
Oh, there's glue on it.
and her flashcards all in there. And now her basket is nice and neat as well. Now I need to go through this stack of stuff. So all of the old books, the workbooks and things that we might use, I'm gonna put probably up here because that's where I have more space. I think I'm gonna leave them this way also because I don't think they fit upright very well. So we're just gonna kind of have them there. And then this is just some grammar practice things that I have. Actually, all of this is grammar practice stuff that I've put together as a former English teacher and that I've had her do on occasion just for practice. And I'm gonna keep that over here also because I still want to use that. I'm trying to clean off my table so there's less stuff on my table. We use this little money pack to practice with money. And so I'm gonna keep that up here. And then I use dry erase markers for a lot of stuff. And I have this little eraser that we'll use for any dry erase things. And I usually keep that over here because I use it for my chart, or I'll keep one with my All About Reading because I also use a dry erase board for All About Reading. This is my personal planner. I have found that as a type B personality that I just don't do well with planners. I have tried so many times. I've had a happy planner and I've had big calendars, which I do actually do pretty well with big calendars. But I made this for myself, had it printed, and I tried really hard to use it, but I just do so much better with checklists or a big calendar that's right in front of me and I can see all at once. I just don't do as well with planners, but I was pretty happy with how it came out, and it came out very pretty and organized, but I can't, I'm not a planner person. I've organized a little bit of my table. It's looking a lot better. I don't really need all these dry erase markers at any given time, but I like to have them available, so I want to keep them over here. I have this like art paper back here and it has this nice little tray underneath, and so I tend to like keep things up there, and a lot of times I'll even take my chart and put it in the grooves to just kind of make it easy for me to see, but I use it a lot more over there, but you know, sometimes I do that. I have sticky notes that I like to keep over here. I do keep my hole punch over here. I keep a number pad to go with my computer and an extra mouse in case I want to use that. And then I do want to keep some pens and some dry erase markers over here at any given time. So each kid has a glue stick in their basket. I don't know whose this is, but it doesn't belong on my table, it belongs in one of their baskets. And then they also have some markers and I think that, well, just markers. So, but they've all left them out from today, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw these back in their baskets. Carrington, you can hand me Piper's bag. The middle child likes to have it in a bag, so she has markers and pencils and all of her stuff in here. Again, I don't know, whenever we need glue and someone says, I don't have my glue stick, then they'll know that's theirs. Okay. All right, so I have these papers that I had told you about that are from my sister-in-law's kindergarten curriculum. I'm gonna keep those here because they're not things that need to be done at any specific time. They're gonna be things that I'll just pull because I need him to do something while the others are doing something else. And then these are their papers that they need tomorrow. And usually I also write their names on it just so it's like easy to grab. But they're all in different levels. And all of these are for those different levels, and it usually says what level it is. This is the only one that doesn't, but I know it goes with my middle child's, So I'm not gonna write their names on it this time. I'm just gonna have them separate so that I have all of those ready for when they need them tomorrow. And I set them here. So I also have a daily calendar, and each day, so I plan out our year with this, and then I will put a circle around the days that we complete. And then if there's a day that we're supposed to have school, but we decide not to have school for some reason, if someone's coming to visit or whatever, then I will mark an X on it, and I'll keep track of those days on a sticky note so that if I need to add some days at the end of our year, or if maybe there was a day we were gonna take off, but we could do school that day, or if I add in a few Saturdays or something like that, then I can keep track of that on a sticky note. I do live in Texas where there's not a lot of regulation for homeschool, but I still want to kind of have a number of days in mind and try to keep it to that as best as possible. The next thing I need to get set up is our Bible timeline. I've been using this notebook to just sort of kind of be like a flip chart. And so I have the parts of the timeline that we've already done are in here already, and I need to add a few pages to that so that as we go, we'll have them already. And we have this book, it's called The Big Picture Bible Timeline, and we got it just from Amazon, and it's a book that my mother-in-law uses for her curriculum. And so we use this for our timeline. The goal is actually to have this up on the wall, but it'll have to be pretty high, and so I'll need help from my husband to do that. And we just haven't had time to coordinate our schedules to where we can actually get this up there. Plus, it's a lot. Like it'll take us a while to do. So for now, I'm using this sort of flip chart to do that, so that they can see what Bible story we're on each week. So I pulled out. These are perforated, so it's very easy to pull them out of the book. And I pulled out 5 of them to just throw these in here real quick. We've already started with the 10 Commandments this week, so that's the one we're on. And then we will just keep this displayed for probably 2 weeks because there's 2 stories per page. I think that we are ready for tomorrow, and everything is a lot more organized than it was. I do still need to kind of go through our books because they've gotten a little bit out of order, and I still need to go through a whole other section of our stuff, getting rid of some things and putting some things together more organized. But we are ready for tomorrow, and that's the biggest thing because we've already had like a week and a half of school and had not done all of this yet. So that's part of what Type B homeschool is about. It's about like, oh, we have school. Well, let's get as prepared as we can and just start. And that's what we did. And now I still at least try to do this sort of, you know, after school, get ready for tomorrow type thing. But there's definitely days where I don't get ready for the day, for the next day. I get ready for that day that morning. Or sometimes we don't even have school till the afternoon instead. And so that's the beauty of homeschool. It can be any time of day, whatever works for your family. And for us, it tends to be the afternoon a lot of times. But I like it that way. I think the kids like it that way pretty well. And sometimes, well, right now, while it's still, our neighborhood pool is still open, sometimes we go to the pool and then do school afterward, or we do some of it before, then go to the pool and do school after. And we just love it. We love the laid back lifestyle of our Type B homeschool. And if you do, be sure and subscribe to our channel, give us a big thumbs up, make a comment in the comments and tell us how you want to do homeschool, or if something in the video was helpful to you. I would love to hear it. And we'll catch you next week.